Abosuya samu akwa babi Amanyosem dwumadi na guso ahwe fa adu eya tentam ha na empanyufo a ogina mu amanyokwa akese mienu ewo memu MPP NDC sede ewura eja osube kasa atakakrade atapenyi no maje wadwa ye ba wi bi pa de ekoso oh my Ghana honsensem yenua Kinglsey Amaliba eye National Communication Team member the Mad Opposition National Democratic Congress ofidio mo awiri city sanso ana yewura eye Assante Solomon ono so National Communication Team member edema the governing New Patriotic Party MPP penyufo ne no metwonko badwafo mama joma makwaba
yenua nda
pomia de
eya de no mpa
amesha se mfamfiri eye yenua Amaliba hodom we yente ne te S&P ratings omo ede ebaye finance minister Kaso are very disappointed because the policies are go akwa more him say very soon things will change. Then one wants say S&P these are ratings will ever. See mami and sapebi entine.
Well, unto me that say my main chair na main chair bi Solomon, main chair bushon for ajebre hwe yimre. Na main chair me party mun pinimfo ina, na chair kase so nkoma Alhaji Sharif Abdul Nasir. Or next member Emma NDC, na main chair chairman Michael Tete, maybe Omobia Emery. Now, first of all, the finance minister I can't say no in Yachum. Because it's very obvious that a buy way better than you some more effort Ghana Sika Simon and Shani. And Chay. Now, the money ya buffalo crown and say, and pinning for the minor showmans among canoe crate. Hundo NDC Befra Bem. Na yeka 120 billion. By 2019, na COVID my. Na kana move off 120 billion. I could do 225 billion. 105 billion jump within 3 years. Get that? Now, within the same period, now your debt financing, 2016, NDC Befra Bem. Na sika ede kutua yeka, na 11 billion Ghana cedis. Now jump off 11 billion, I could do 37 billion Ghana cedis by 2019. Now construction sector of the economy was at 8.4%. By 2019, now COVID MBNO. Now bedu negative 8.7. Now your city, by 2016, now depreciating 9.6%. By 2019, now city depreciated by 12.9%. You get that? Now, so the financial and the banking sector it grew negative consecutively for 2 years. The fisheries of the Greek subsector it grew negative from 2017 all the way to 2019. All this period, not COVID, and by this data is coming from the Ministry of Finance and the Ghana Statistical Service. Within the same period, now your debt, how do you call it? Your debt to GDP, NDC age at 54%. By 2019, now could do 66%. You get that? So you could see a certain negative trajectory. Unemployment rate began increasing at an alarming rate. Inflation started shooting up, even though the government, through their pliant tool state agencies, said inflation was at a single digit. But economy can show within a shorter space of time, COVID by March 2022, that economy could not have crumbled within 3 weeks. And the government have to run to IMF and seek a bailout with that rapid credit facility which was made available by the IMF and the World Bank. Now, among the IMF and the World COVID and the Ukrainian war and the excuse the government should be bold enough to tell the people the benefit they have accrued out of the COVID, because this is a pandemic. Our government approximately 40 billion Ghana cedis, just one pandemic. More approximately 40 billion Ghana cedis. That's coming ahead. You are unable to account to the people of this country what you use these resources for. Stabilization Fund, the Sinking Fund, the Ghana Investment Infrastructure Fund, ESLA, Get Fund, so where are you going to get money to run the economy? And don't forget, They can lie to their gullible followers to believe them back here at home. But the international community is not seeing it that way. SMP, rate no modia bar, abide the buffun who are moto or sono eto. This same FMP did a report, but I think somewhere last 2 years or so, Ministry of Finance issue report on that. When I go to Bonkroma, the chief spin doctor of the regime organized a press briefing in the ministry conference room, the Ministry of Information here making the point too, and tell the world that, oh, the government have put always you keep on putting on policies. So let's say, tell us one policy that your government has put in place. Just mention one. Will he be able to tell us? Okay. They have no policy to tell us. I don't think that was Professor Steve Hanks of Johns Hopkins University in US have been on this government and consistently pointing out the holes, because as we speak, the city have depreciated almost 30%. What is a guta? Obabeka said the rate of forex, the ratio, no, businesses are bleeding to death. Yeah, and so long as government continue to tell these lies, particularly the president himself, it gives you a clear picture that no hope. Okay. I wish we had time to deal with this subject.
You're right. You have a call office a special prosecutor because there's a success story, and then the investment in my time.
Very well.
You're right, Solobo. Finance Minister, Abansi were disappointed by SMP, but was what the policy of go come out here. Him say very soon a better key effect. And that's what you have been no ya. You're afraid of your phone.
Unto me de enchiasun kuma ye afefo enyumre as at this time. Omuda sote omofidiechi ehwe yen. Me say finance sunkoso ma area Christian Jan for nchichemu a odi ma timemfo eni ntiase atimemfo so enya ifai. The last bit of the can on a na person me dwell on. I say ubisa na ye advice ben or the ma no so only the advice say impempensu a yedu no ma yenye partisan about the whole thing. Na yenhwe how o mine ye nyina de kwan e be fa so a
the president should,
that is it, a kwan e be fa so that is ideas. Yes. And when people are preferring solutions in that manner, I see say yes, this is an objective one. E ade e beboa ye yempenifo e be som ye de adwuma, because obi can also can't you broke or you know broke, we are within inside. It is ote ho now bomb pa say and say ama me no enyina. It is that appeal no yes my take partisan approach. I really like it. Me bona baso for that ehina oyewa. SMP omo ye. Any man mienu no mugina so omo de kasa. Almost saying the downgrade is due to two factors. Back we intensifying financing. And about external pressures on the economy. Nema mienu and ye adiama baby ye hu ende. Now there is why you can send your car here say me Haruna can say you can hear the akoshe your friend say Ukraine. But she omukro report the be ende you say when you be a car me so me can be external pressures. And where are the pressures coming from? We esi report we esi dia say and some de bia MF NPP aban ano tem bia ye ka say yes mu problem yes ye problems ni there ye were both external and internal problems. External ones no efi was birthed by COVID na be share mu ni Ukraine Russia de bia ye just as we pe na this for the day bi and I say so ne desi SMP rating omagitum si eye rating papa. It therefore eniema ewo mu nyina ye ka ne nyina ya je atomu asopemu say SMP rating actually yen say eniema mienu ne gina external pressure, and that takes us to COVID ne Ukraine we na ye can't, and then wo mu ngintum na fiti na ye ko ne ye attribute to those things ye de omo bemu si sa eniema we kan hu bi na ma ye hu ye ti bebi eti ya na ntokwa bi amba ho ya nyina age atum because rating ya age atum na was say agitum in that way. Then mo me patch say first one intensifying financing no o say ye wo say ne techi e kan jan kan ye woni ma bebre aye ya sika ene ye de ye e wo man ni mo Now, oh yeah, examples of both 3 years, it's not both. Yes, it's true. Yeah, when to say and say over the weekend, I'm on Penico, Northeast regional. What could be your friend is RCC, and it's one crapo Upper East. One and now Okoshe, quite a 115-kilometer road, a linking from Bogataga to Polytamo through Boku, or baby. Okoshe any YE buildings be a complete commission RCC or North East. So far, no 6 regions are attending for front. Wait, the Okoye this weekend, they come just say 2. Commission. Other 4 regions, RCCs, regional coordinating councils, they are at various stages of completion. I mean, just all told, will do baby on my complete here, he will commission them. Nina, any scan a day, and say, okay, and I want to and I want to and I want to where are things to show. Say, and you may be no more this can be a make about a year issue also 37.6 million euros issue and also penning according to Juma over the weekend. Your friend is saying Upper East region name as a issue a nipa over 400,000 and I expect some benefit from we a year a dear ye say sika 37.6 million. Yes, kind of you. This is kind of say no. Na yenuanum on business car I have busy I born 5 37.6 million emu your friends say 12 million 300 BBB no is from Netherlands a buying ho and in the same Netherlands on bank NIG bank Netherlands also on my 25 million account man that 37.6 million euros now you can was and also so yeah the and American Upper East as no the people of Bogatanga Navrungu Paga Zuarungu ni sankrofoni they will be benefiting from I estimate some benefit from this water project and yes I feel you commissioner to say start to enjoy the benefit of this. It's over 400,000 people and you know what you say? Yes, ya pro atitia pansam kra MPP. Yes, ya buy pro atitia pansam kra no. And yes, ya tiwa ya fold the arms. Basebi.
So, that's Mr. Akase Abani disappointed about SMP. What are you disappointed about?
Onuna otihono oye oda your friend is saying your finances oye your foot for na oda no. And na on say ye the measures be to akwan na measures na idea to akwan na hwesanka ombe factor in their ratings say na be ya ebe projecting from abia omode ya to no to a level abia no or anticipate so case you disappointed it is about in the sense abia or no ti ade no oye na calculation any measures omode ya to akwan no or share no vis-a-vis ratings na about no it shouldn't have been this perhaps it should have been that. Okay. Just as in cases yetimi eka bibia na abia yeah, politically, yeah, other opposition because no, I deal with the antisa say no. That's not also crying views no. Penny may be a good no. It was like it shouldn't have been this level. Perhaps it should have gone this way. Okay. Not doing our until say he comes out to give us the details of Nemo Gina Suntia because to synchronize with AB and Koma Yedi. Okay. Let's take it as the way he has said it. Okay. Thank you. All right.
My main kind message here, Shangabe, was says please I disagree with him on the reshuffle of the finance minister. Previous government have reshuffled their finance ministers. Rawlings changed from Kwesi Botwe to Kwame Pepra. Kufuor changed Yosafo Mafo to Kojoba Redu. And Mahama changed Kwabena Dufour to Setekwe. Tierra Shangabe. And so they abandon. I feel, Mammy, okay, my aunt was now to be on my board, my kind messages. How do Mammy Shas and Fenfree Honum. Last week, Thursday, was Founders Day. Before that Founders Day, near Founders Day, and him say founder no or Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Now President is Senior Kwame Nkrumah. So the Dean Bebre and the big six in the home crowd. What is the essence of celebrating this Founders Day? And indeed, Ghana, we have founder or founders, and also Office of the Special Prosecutor, a year success story. So for myself, it's so mucky. 15 minutes.
Mamifa a Founders Day issue. O question now a very interesting. We see the essence of the celebration of Founders Day. Yeah. I mean, the essence of Founders. In fact, to me, no, anyone me know me for Founders Day. Founders Day, no one. Did it come? Funny say it takes us back to history. Emma Sebio, do emrena sign documentaries omuyi wo TV ni radio so ni that day nankasa kwa holiday no utenase na wo hwe TV utiminya informations bebre as to what happened in the past, what accounted for these founders ayeka ehun asemu. And then the second one here the utimi hu say in the past no your forefathers no omo social cultural relationships na eda omo tem don't make us say ofa omo ayeka say big six in crap na who say obi fi Accra, Greater Accra, obi fi Eastern region, obi fi another region to usher the next two results even at that time crop na colonial era ni pono na yen crop for down south no na e war under British colony no na yetimi ehun say o individual way though maybe fi Eastern region but individual way were Greater Accra or Ghana ni yen hwim bom ni yen trans ni yen plan efa oman no ho ana yen bibi that socio cultural relationship no e mami timi hu say so in the enye but fitimre etwemuto even during the colonial era British no was ruling us ne krapon not the Ghanaian of Eastern region enim say another Ghanaian ebia or Greater Accra ebia another Ghanaian ebia because ohwe sa founders ye ba ye founder na ye founders no I buy names be no paper out. You see, power grant no money. Na say what mo say there were people behind that. Almost so almost country. See, Kinglsey for ni niema. When you read, you get a lot to know. So I ask myself, hey, take power grant from Western region, Kinglsey from another region, where so Akwaje, Eastern, Obechebi. Share a dinner out. Hey, so all these people. So I mean, their time or no, they were able to link up that way. Then it means Ghana, your unity. That sort of cohesion where you mudo you create different ethnic groups we were able to sort of come together, see eye to eye with each other to sort of understand, have one understanding on something. There's at that time there's independence. I hope you understand me. It do some rena and media may stress because every August 4th biano yenye sa Founders Day no yen play documentaries no yenye literature available because some time ago when those time you see Kwame Nkrumah they are now founded whatever you don't take keen interest in trying to look at some of these things make us any day mean so and then me take keen interest in that there are a group of Ghanaians youth for binimo that day na public holiday Okotena Beach. It didn't own access to sa and yema making. But as time moves on, no, doom pepper be also be gaining realization and then gaining some realization. Oh no, no, starting F. When ya there was see a trim. I was see a money twice so every year, so that every year, no, the crop of Ghanaians, you for almost do almost almost so we have to take keen interest to know what happened in the past, to know where we have come from. This and a bit now share. Unim say. Me share mu aya this year me trotro for portfolios kakra na me hu enkrofo bi ne mo background obi say Kinglsey for say so you see prominent fancy Gold Coast journalist meaning perhaps not a journalist also say editor or a lawyer or educator or a politician uba background they need there na minimum say he's a merchant only a business because those days all no finance that approach to that UGCC approach young self government na ono na no ye chief financier down even he was the first president of UGC some form way that's a merchant and a politician and I even a friend almost I reference or a father of Gold Coast politics and Ghana politics father of Gold Coast Pa Grant and Pa Grant full name almost say George Alfred Grant me go further no you see your friend is saying Akwaje de bia mitidin Akwaje o say Akwaje wo Accra
Akwaje interchange
enye the interchange ni po ye wo brono bia mo friend Akwaje na madwene ye me say Ako because nkrafo wo dey friend Ako nkrafo wo edin ayeto Ako timiti Ako na mo sanso to Aje timiti Akwaje no me fo say nipa ne ye nkrani na o ye achimni from your friends Eastern region. I never knew. But sir, this year I'm here and I'm here sir, me pick sir, oh wow. So this is how it is. Then also you're a politician or a lawyer or a journalist or something you're founding member of the UGCC. If you are Oba Emmanuel Dakwe Obeche Bilamte, no no me the minister Emmanuel Obeche Bilamte. Me nim say the fear din Eddie Dakwe. But what Founders Day has brought to me, and as I'm sharing it here, I know say there are one or two. Be almost they'll be picking this. Oh, say I didn't say. Already you impaired the name. So Obeche Bilamte just for training. But me nim say the middle name or the Dakwe or a politician. Some say a founding father of UGCC. If you are Uba William Oforiata, or a former Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, my time, and then or a founding member UGCC, that's a politician. And something about JB Danko, politician, scholar, lawyer, founding father, played a significant role in the pre and post colonial Ghana. Yes, he played a very big role. He was born in 1895. And who 90s? India media no DNA sani be money say, baby, I see who ye no. And I'm a kind year, me say, oh. So sorry, because OBS will play a significant role in the pre and post colonial Ghana. Na Okowu in Sawam prison. But it was once ACI actually document at one. It was a chirimba a banom so behu. So Papa na ye can say even the name Ghana no crap no no di edin no eba Ghana so di din too say Ghana no. Sa papa no near two ni any baby could be despite bread more mine say he played a significant role in the pre and post colonial Ghana no the we say Okuwu prison na edu sam pempen so a and edu those days na kaka founders na edu ho a na ye won pai bobia ni abobia ma sebi ebusuafo a woja wo ewe chire okay yeah Edward Ekufuado ono so yes why justice of the Supreme Court da why politician lawyer one of the founding fathers of Ghana chief justice or president of the Republic of Ghana ono so ade ba kwa me hu no ho ye me wa kakra I never knew meaning so Achim is definitely but not know he was born in Dodowa Greater Accra, Dodowa. And also some of the this Founders Day, some of the things that it has brought to my notice, and I enrich my knowledge on some of these things. Though history, so big six near Bon six, and then they were more than six. Now the entire when big six, they were the people who are distributed them to the various prisons, and that is why they were given the titles of big six. But then you are six, and they say about champion independence for Ghana. There were others. They said that we can slave for the for. I think said the celebration beside the essence of the celebration of the Founders Day now. I think say some of the things are here say it was a tosso a celebrity Founders Day. You talk also Founders Day. Yeah, observers as Founders Day.
Office of the Special Prosecutor success story recovering 1 million.
Office of
but the money one kakra say Council of State member company ayo no 100% owned managed by herself. I involved in make and say duty evade duties.
Me da say hunto makan sa piece no na utie ameno Madam Eunice right utie ma ameno response o say our managers our company name onim pose o say wan waje to so o ya we say OSP eye hwehwemu fa adwuma ne mu but onim say won ayi aba out as at this morning na yi am ready na omo pushing further na just all managers of the company if that indeed that was what went on he has managers he will get to them and then they will get to the bottom of it o de na wo ka wa ha no enyase she was managing it by herself.
According to special prosecutor, she owns it.
She owns it. Only be any shares.
Yeah.
So a business beyond but there are managers in their business. Business and managing man. So that is the decision we need to do. It's very unfortunate. Maybe the media say whether you are, it doesn't matter where you are coming from, your political lineage. Your purpose in TST OSP in in the past, and in just some few months or years ago, no, now you are in the position who keep telling you, and office of the special prosecution, and special prosecutor, and I have you bibia, and untimi, and yeshi, and I need paradox, and I find I was in. I am there. Said ne, and you say, me de se nipa no eye politician no. But ye me de se bio BBSC. Na office of the special prosecutor no. Omo akomu eye hwehwemu. Na omo nya teeth. No more de bite.
But anyone say according to office of special prosecutor investigation, said the company was set up in 2014. For the first 3 years, one pro-chief custom for anything until say obey a council of state member and also board member the man Ghana Port and Harbour Authority, and all these deals started happening.
Well, between you and me, unim Ghanaian attitude. Say obekope bibi obetu anamombi ne hu beko nya say onya tax clearance certificate e hona e hwan sana odimrika obi ba be pray for MP. Ohun say ye hia we no sa mre no ko GRA hona obehu nkrofo aspiring candidates omo pray akope. So enye me nwanwa say office, oh, this is the position me ko contest and me ko akopre and yes quickly no meet me started to me near years and yeah requirements no just a me meet requirements tim na ho na enye me nwanwa acquire the Ghanaian attitude I edit on my animal. I think say moving forward we need to desist from that attitude. You know, holiday of a kunto. And yeah, there I am one cry.
I won't be here so best to pay aside as a council of state member once a year investigation because
I think say OSP no omo omo I don't know on my name emra any dibu OSP no omo act ewo ho. I think say they will go through the act, and if it demands say was set or step down, they will let your friend is saying man I'm wanna step down.
Okay.
All right.
All right. My main kind message kakra na yanto aso. Yenue okay. This vision of Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Oh. You know, say hi, my name is Joe from a year Botiano. So I like the way NDC man speaks. You know, I know day about I don't know. I'm sure you know about so hey, messages go out. We say hello, good evening. I'm Evans from a Yekpon. Was it please tell the MPP man to keep his mouth shut because he knows the truth. But when it comes to TV and on radio, then they will be bragging to lie to cover their party, not the country. Whether as a good evening, go ahead with all these lies or do all propaganda. They can never cover up the corruption that is being going on in records. The records are there. Auditors' report from 2020 to 2021 alone is enough to tell Ghanaians these folks, politicians, are nothing but thieves. 12.8 billion stolen in 2020. Then the following year, 2021, 17.7 billion also stolen. Yet they sit on TV and radios telling the misappropriate mismanagement and so a chronofit. They say Ghanaians are not angry enough. Sami, seriously, we Ghanaians are not angry enough at the politicians. They have nothing to show us. NDC, MPP, they have disappointed us from the past, for the past 30 years. How can they claim ownership and credit to infrastructure we Ghanaians gave them power and money to develop? If I may ask, which building contractor or mason claims ownership of building he has been paid to build? How possible? But they are now, they know that we, the youth, are coming out with a new force. Eja Fisi Nadiaba. Eja Fisi, yes, politicians are bound for the bottom scan and bear. But if you entrust your destiny or your money into somebody's hand and the year, that person deserves recommendation. Sir, Oko a year, Kwame Nkrumah circle, any obeche bilam te interchange ya. Company never there, Queiroz Gavayo, that Brazilian company no. Ghana is kind of them more, but you see there's somebody there. So I'm gonna build it. So it's anyway. I mean to ask why. It's a good evening, Sammy. And your panel said, tell the MPP man that the water project government went and commissioned. It was a project ex-President Mahama have started it before they left government. From Agwotimavo Johnson inside East Legon. We say good evening, Sammy. We are in bad time. This government is only interested in building cathedral and cemeteries. How can you compare JB Dankwa to Dr. Kwame Nkrumah? It's abomination, shame. This government is the most clueless government and liars, mostly tribalistic, but that makes annoying. What makes annoying is when people are complaining and the only response are breaking the eight. Let me tell them, we are well prepared for them. We cannot continue to mess. We can't continue to mess. They cannot continue to mess. Ukraine and Russia government, COVID-19 government, from Pukwasi no Duyaba. Don't mind the MPP people. Don't mind the MPP people. If we give them 20 years, still, they are not having nothing to show. Amaliba, is it Founders Day or founder or founders? And what is the essence of celebrating this day? And also, the success story from Office of the Special Prosecutor.
15. Let me place this on record. Bolagatanga Boku Road. Through Bolagatanga, through Boku to Polmoko, all the way to Mesiga, through Pusiga, to Pusignating, all the way to Burkina Faso, was awarded by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama NDC-led government. And by December 31st, 2016, January 7th, 2017, President Mahama handed over Nadu Danko Kufuado. Na curious Galvao, omo moye kaswa ene Kwame Nkrumah interchange.
No be chebilamti.
No be chebilamti.
So omo no ande.
No mo ko be omo base e wo Bazua. Bazua is just 15 minutes drive away from Boko. Ufri. Zebila ko Boko, Bazua is on the way. No more be omo campo hwa. Omo so nioma ko gu hwa omo chase omo ye kwan no. Nana Kufuado came to office. And all day $10 million. Edema Kenoforiata law firm, Africa Legal Associate. So we're more auditing rules, ya awarded contract under President Mahama. And sadly, Bolagatanga Boku Road was part of it. 3 years after suspending the project, they went back. And they have changed the scope of the work. It's supposed to have been a dual carriage because the Western Corridor Road no, linkia bisi Bolaga, na be pi Boko, na kusi misiga, na pi pusiga, then pusignating na Burkina Faso. Na Eastern Corridor no so be pi how do you call it, Garu. Then also ne sa kwan na be shiem. This place, Kolugungu Junction in Boko. Then it links up to Burkina Faso. And until the government deliberately suspended the work, a quiet concert come in asphalt no, or more the chippings na quiet no. So the quality of work has been changed, the scope of work has been changed, and the nature of the work has been changed. Therefore, it is an insulting on the people of Kosag and the people of Upper East for President Kufuado to have gone hypocritically to claim that our could be a quiet and issue. Abra President Mahama, as the regional Upper East Regional Hospital, area for the past 5 to 6 years in here, hospital on Bieno Jamanakao. Upper East Regional Hospital at Boko, at Bolagatanga. It's a shame. And I don't think that Omampine Kufuado, then MPP Abayo Odi Nimuno, or only the people of Upper East at the Niye. On TSSR. Having said that, we are looking at whether or not Ghana is a Founders or Founders Day. Let me put this on record. You need to be like big sis in Ghana's history.
How?
Yes. We don't have it. Winning. Aftermath of the Second World War, between 1939 to 1945, there was an emergent political struggle in Africa, universally, across the continent. Back at home, certain events played out. And let me limit myself to only 1948. Somewhere January thereabout, Manche, that's a guy, he near friend, that's Ni Kwabena Boni, is that the name? Led a protest against the colonial merchant. Now, in February 28, 1940, the same year, a month after, the Christianable Crossroads shootings occurred. That led to the killing of 3 ex-servicemen, Private Odati, Corporal Tipo, and Sergeant Ajati. And the subsequent arrest of the group of people are from Omoya Bixis. Now, when these guys were arrested, including J.B. Dankwa, Kwame Nkrumah, and others, the resultant effect was that Kwame Nkrumah was blamed for being the mastermind of activities that led to the arrest and detention of these guys. Sadly and regrettably, none of them shared the responsibility for the struggle for colonial liberation of the continent, of their country. But Kwame Nkrumah, as usual, received the blame for being the troublemaker, as has always been the trait or the trademark of J.B. Dankwa and his guys. Now, Ayan Kofofi said Kwame Nkrumah was just a figure, idle figure, be somewhere in a coffin and the General Secretary of the UGCC. Go and read the Return to Africa movement led by Kwame Nkrumah and the first Pan-African Congress in London and also first in Paris between 1941 and 1944, which Kwame Nkrumah co-chaired that program with Sylvester Williams from Trinidad and Tobago, George Padmore, and others. Nkrumah worked with them. So before Nkrumah came home to join the liberation struggle, he was a towering Pan-Africanist in the global scale, whose prowess was universally acknowledged in the colonial metropolis before he came home. It was as a result of this exploit. No matter Park Grant export to Kwame Nkrumah, or more than the man said, Ombe leading the UGCC as a general secretary. When Nkrumah came home, he noticed that Park Grant, William Oforiatta, and others, these people have made themselves a certain bourgeoisie element of society. And they didn't carry themselves closer to the ordinary people. Nkrumah saw the gap. And when he attempted, say, about filling that gap, by bringing the ordinary people, the masses, closer to the independence struggle, they mocked him and called him that he's talking to veranda boys and girls. That politically connotated term, veranda boys and girls, eventually developed into a movement that rallied behind Nkrumah to form the CPP when he broke away from them in June 22nd, 1949, and form a political movement that led to the formation of, or the attainment of independence. But you see, sometimes, when we talk about Ghana, Ghana map was the Ghana under colonialism. No. We had the coastal colonies, the forest belt, and the northern protectorate, and Transvolta Togoland. All these things were different blocks. It was Nkrumah who led the struggle to build the modern state of Ghana. And it is over the map of Africa, or the Ghana map, now who the demarcated land marked area and forming Ghana Nena. It is a project led by Nkrumah to give us the Ghana as we know it today. Because there was nothing like Ghana then. What's say, Kwame, J.B. Dankwa, they proposed the name Ghana. J.B. Dankwa, hey, free here. Far back in 1954, 3 years before the attainment of independence, now Kwame Nkrumah ABA Ghana Secondary School. Oh, is it Cape Coast, right?
Yeah.
Kwame Nkrumah, J.B. Dankwa, the man is hardly known. But you see, our history has been distorted. And the lie has been told all these years, and people are buying into it. There is no way you can compare J.B. Dankwa to Kwame Nkrumah. They don't come anywhere close. And when the Kufuor is in Papa, Akwa J, William Oforiatta, Obichebi Lamte, and then J.B. Dankwa. None of them comes anywhere close to Nkrumah. That is why I'm telling you that the term Bixis is a deceptive historical term coined by anti-Nkrumahist element in order to pair his detractors equivalent to the platform, at least they can share the glory which came out of Nkrumah's effort. But that term doesn't exist because if some Nkrofo were fighting genuinely, they wouldn't have singled out Nkrumah and blamed him. But you see, the blame didn't end there. Immediately after the arrest, Nkrumah, how do you call it, J.B. Dankwa, wrote a letter. This letter, I think, 10th October 1951. Tia Sama J.B. Dankwa Kai. Or say, dear Mr. Is it Mr. Obdam or something? Where a picture will be trying a mania that finity. But the letter is, I can read the letter to you. Okay. Or say, I exceedingly regret delay in replying to your 2 letters. That man, Kwame Nkrumah, who is now leader of government business, has started his tricks again. This time, he, who is the government, is inviting all the political leaders and chiefs to join him to set an ultimatum to His Majesty, government of the United Kingdom, for self-government now. And if rejected, declare positive action, okay, strikes, very well, you can read it,
etc.
Good.
I say
there has been a hectic
activity all over the place.
Good.
And on Sunday, we of the UGCC met at a great meeting and turned down his challenge flat as being an invitation to criminal
conspiracy against law and order.
I had to be away in Kumasi for a long period last month, and I'm just now clearing up a pile of work.
Good. J.B. Dankwa.
This between 1949, well, book number volume 2, 1949 to 1951.
This is J.B. Dankwa speaking. That man, he described Kwame Nkrumah as that man. Have begun his tricks again. Why? Because Nkrumah is demanding self-government now against Womo. Stand of self-government within the shortest possible time. How can this man be described as the founder of Ghana? I have told you the man who led the effort to reconstruct the modern-day Ghana. When Kwame Nkrumah in 1954 was suggesting that the transvoter Togoland, we should go for a referendum to decide whether they would join Ghana upon her attainment of independence in 1957 or join Togo. The UGCC, led by J.B. Dankwa and others, opposed that effort. When they overthrew Nkrumah in 1966,
3 minutes.
What happened? Buzia government led by Mampine Kufuor, the papa. They appointed Toyimo as a sectionist leader. As a Ghana ambassador.
3 minutes.
So when we talk about the history of Ghana and who funded Ghana, you guys don't come anywhere close. Nkrumah will continue to remain the towering figure and the founder of Ghana. It doesn't matter whatever you do. Nkrumah is not a local figure, but internationally recognized for that. And the effort he led to liberate the African continent. But you see, the office of the special prosecutor more or less attaining some feats of success. That issue, me my dear Chikakra. And I collaborated with Mr. Joseph Bediako movement, our say movement for truth and accountability. On the 6th of April 2021, Movement for Truth and Accountability, led by Joseph Bediako, a press conference. You know what legend say? Some companies be at the fraud are buying through under-invoicing, tax evasion, and money laundering. On 1 year press conference, on one name said there are about 100,200 companies. On the 8th of April, 2 days after the press conference, Ghana Revenue Authority, through Mrs. Flores Asante, that's the Director of Communications and Public Relations or something, responded to the movement on behalf of the Commissioner General. In that letter, she affirmed, say, Ampa, as some movement in the kind of credit. The Sikana Omo Kano companies, and 1,200, number over 2,000 companies in the system. As you come defraud their buying, almost, they said it's $1.8 billion. You are now buying class from IMF. Sikasa na mukasa mu here. 2 billion from IMF, right? Good. And you leave your mother by so be mama say. The you leave your mo ambulance be see parliament ni na no. That's na mu here. 6 billion from the levy, right? Good. Now here 6 billion Ghana cedis. But companies who Okrumba, activities have led to the government of Ghana losing an amount approximately $2 billion. The Ghana Revenue Authority at all. What are they doing? So finally, Mr. Joseph Bediako have decided to petition the Special Prosecutor Office. Or more take a case in upper. They are investigating the companies. And as I speak here, I know the Special Prosecutor Office, no, I receive a petition now, on my responses letters. I have them on my phone here. I can give you some of the copies. What is so striking is more or less the criminal conspiracy within the government. It appears that Omampene Kufuado, before he came to power, gathered a group of questionable characters to bring him to office. And it's time to reward them. And everyone is coming for his pound of flesh, the lion's share. And therefore, it is leading to the leakages all over the place. Mr. Mishadai, our TGR Rehono, Joseph Bediako have labeled a lot of allegations against him. If these allegations were labeled by, or at the time by a serious government or officer, Mr. That wouldn't have been sitting there at the GRA boss. He had fought long ago, but that's what you want. Why? Because Mampine Kufuado say the government is working hard and why is satisfied with the performance of his minister. God save Ghana.
Yeah, wrap it up. 1 minute.
Let me say distortion. And idea Amariba Eyawaha. He or distort to a whole history. Genim. Or kasi there is no big six. In the history books that our children learn in schools, that which you and I have learned in schools, actually, how this big six story came about. There is no history. One name who is distorting history. One woman said, Kwame Nkrumah. It's true. He was championing Pan-Africanism when he was in the US. Now, down here, no, in 1948, Thomas Shesa, UG's United Gold Coast Convention. I said, it included the other names there, boy, Akweje, Pa Grant, Nemone, Kasley Ford, J. Bidan, Edward, Kufuado, William Ofrata, no much as I said that. But these people are can this boy can home. Send me can say me boy me is a lawyer, because Akweje me say is a lawyer, because we me say is a lawyer. Sakwe lawyer. Send no about you Aziz. No, those times. You have very few people, very few Ghanaians are learned to that level. Say, lawyers. And getting down to do the job. So it was Akwaje who told them. You use other colleagues of his and he said, look, when I was in the US, I was with this gentleman or a Ghanaian of Nkrofo in Zima. Your friend is so and so, Francis Nkrumah. He is good in that organization. He is good. He can come and do it.
I didn't know when to call grants one question.
Those times, you know, you ask yourself, say 1948, you know, how many Ghanaians crap on you chrome as a lawyer for what me I say. So those were the time. So lawyer classes, what me I see.
Okay.
So we need people to go to the ground, and that is why Nkrumah's name came. And we did it toward this command. No say Jena Kofane bra, and then Kofane buy.
Okay. Message is
this is history, not distort.
Message be bro, but I mean can't we say you always send to set some records straight. You Obed Bequeen WordPress was say early life and career. Akwaje was born in Nigeria in Achim Abuakwa to farming parents in June 2016. June 16, 1916. His father was Samuel Ajay, whilst his mother was Haruna Okle, both guys from La. Kindly. Okay, both guys from La. He had many brothers and sisters, but he was the last son of his father. The young Ebenezer Akwaje began schooling at Bususu Railway Station Primary School, where he walked 1.5 miles to and from school daily. He left the village school after 2 years and was admitted into class 3 of the La Presbyterian Junior School. His good performance at the senior school won him a scholarship on completion standard 5 in December 1932 to enter the Christ. Okay. So the person change and say, yeah, the person change say, the person change say, yeah, no, Eastern region, but
Thank you for that. You see the essence of this thing. And your celebration, you have 7 years, can
about 30 seconds.
Amaliba shouldn't distort history.
I am not distorting history.
Don't distort. We have basics.
Please,
30 seconds. Man, wrap up.
I am not distorting history. I am putting the matters at their right perspective. The fact still remains that Kwame Nkrumah is the founder of Ghana.
Okay.
Modern day Ghana as we speak. And yet JB Dankwa and others, because JB Dankwa was said